Yeah, that would be nice. I get as much right as I can, but there's some that are a little tricky. Awesome. All right. Turn up. Got myself up. I like the gain right there. Doesn't sound too echoey at all. We're at the Morris Center. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The Bushnell Beacons are getting ready to take on the Warner Pacific Knights with first set. Set to begin at 3 o'clock today, in just about 45 and a half minutes. We've got a solo call, so you're joined by Olivia Arcenega and Olivia Arcenega times 2. So we're going to see how this goes. And what else can I talk about? Ducks currently absolutely demolishing the Cowboys. Was told a little bit ago that the score was 33-3. I would not be surprised if it's more than that by now. But that's what was expected. I think the line today was set at 28.5. So right now the Ducks cruising on through those odds set, which is pretty exciting for them, but also not unexpected. Today will be a good matchup. A nice CCC Cascade Collegiate Conference matchup between the Knights and the Beacons. And yeah, there's some history between these teams. What is the history between these teams? Currently, Bushnell has a 13-9 overall record up against the Knights, which is exciting for them. They also have their longest win streak of these two teams' history right now. With 10 wins, they have yet to lose to the Knights since 2021. They also have yet to lose, they've yet to lose to the Knights a few more years than that. They've won the past 10 matchups, but they've yet to lose a set to the Knights since 2021. So every game they've played since October 15th, 2021, the Beacons have swept in 3. See if they can continue that streak again today. The Knights have only 2 games under their belt, both losses. But both teams, their last games against the number 4 ranked Corbin, one of the most dominant teams in the CCC. Ranked 4 in the NAIA. Both lost in 3 sets. Awesome. Just me yapping. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pretend like I'm on like a stream today. Which I mean I am, so I don't have to completely. Good afternoon and welcome into the Morris Center. My name is Olivia Arsenega, joined by myself on the solo call for today. We've got a great CCC matchup for you between the Bushnell Beacons and the Warner Pacific Knights. Traveling here to the Morris Center for Bushnell's second home game of the season. Two teams in search of their first conference win, both coming off losses against the number 4 ranked Corbin team. It's their both teams' first conference loss, first conference game of the 2025 season. This will both be their second game, both again in search of that first conference win. So again, welcome into the Morris Center. We've got about 4.5 minutes until the first serve. So in the meantime, let me take you through some of these stats. Again, we mentioned that both teams just came off a loss to Corbin. Both teams lost in 3 sets. Corbin, again, a very good team, ranked number 4 in the NAIA, sitting atop of the conference. Let's run through Bushnell stats first and see how they performed against Corbin. First, Bushnell hit an overall 150 all match with their best set hitting 205 in set 1, which they kept the closest with a final score of 25-20. After that, put up scores of 25-15, not enough to unfortunately take down Corbin. However, for Bushnell on the year, overall hitting 202, so in that first set against Corbin, had it just over their average. And they also racked up 17 errors throughout the entire match. So something that they're going to have to look to limit today. But again, Corbin, a great team. Hard to not rack up errors against them. Some key players in that team. Haley Hyder, one of the star hitters for the Beacons, racked up 12 kills, 9 digs, hit 250 on the day. A good number for her. Somebody who is currently hitting 153 on the year, so that game hit above her yearly average. Leah August, another power hitter for Bushnell, had 9 kills, so shortly right behind Hyder, hit 200 as well. So coming in, still hitting accurately. Leah August, however, on the year is hitting 310, so not as accurate as she probably would have liked, but still putting up 9 kills against a very good team. And Emma Faalago, the setter for Bushnell, put up 17 assists to go with the 6 digs, and the team collectively had 4 aces, even with Corbin, who also put up 4 aces. So all around, despite going against a tough team, a strong performance from the Beacons. Going to be interesting to see what momentum they can carry in from that match into today's game against the Knights. Warner Pacific, on the other hand, coming off that 0-3 loss to Corbin as well, hit below 0 against Corbin, hit 0.76 all match with their best set being negative 0.27 in set 2. They had 24 errors against Corbin. So struggled also a little bit, especially on the offensive side, to get momentum going. Some of their key players from last game that you're going to have to watch out for: Summer Martin, their outside hitter, had 4 kills, a block, and a dig for the day. You'll be seeing her today. She's a junior outside hitter coming in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Audrey Hidstead, their setter, as well, had 9 assists, 4 digs on the day, able to try to move the ball around, but again, struggled to catch momentum, catch on fire against this Corbin team. Going to be interesting to see how the Warner Pacific Knights can adjust today against this Bushnell team that, despite a loss, has been playing very, very strongly. Warner Pacific, also something to note, they had no aces against Corbin, who had 8. They had all 6 of their aces this season against their home opener against Pacific University, searching for an ace in this match to get that streak going again. And with that, we have about 1.5 minutes until first serve. We'll be back shortly after this quick break to run through your lineups.
Good afternoon and welcome to the North Center for today's Cascade Conference match between the visiting Warner Pacific University Knights and your Bushnell University Beacons. Bushnell welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to today's contest. As a member of the NAIA, the Cascade Collegiate Conference, we are committed to the true spirit of competition as champions of character, embracing 5 core values of respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. Thank you for helping us uphold those values throughout today's contest. At this time, we please rise when you're able to join us for our opening prayer, followed by the signing of our national anthem. Please bow with me. Gracious God, we have 3 thank yous to request today. First of all, thank you for the safe arrival of our friends from Water Pack. Thank you for the joy of sport and how it calls us to gratitude. And thank you for the challenge of competition and how it shapes character. Today we ask you would give everyone safety on their return home and on the court today. And most of all, we ask you to bring out the best in all of us in the stands and these amazing student athletes on the court. In Christ's name we play and pray. Amen. Here now on today's match for the starting lineup, visiting Warner Pack.
Welcome back into the Morris Center. My name is Olivia Arsenega, joined by myself again, and now we're going to run through both of the starting lineups for these teams, starting with the Warner Pacific Knights coming in with an overall record of 0-2. This will be the 3rd game they've played this season, 2nd conference game of the season as well, 0-1 in conference play. Introducing the starters, first we got number 3, the junior middle, Naomi Johnson, coming in from Medford, Oregon. She's got 5 kills on the year. Something you're going to see with this Warner Pacific team is their kills are very spread out, so one of those many players on this team that's able to put the ball down. In that libero position, you've got Madison Flores, the sophomore coming out of Battleground, Washington, with experience from Clark College, also with 5 kills on the year, 7 digs as well. We have Audrey Hitstead in the setter position, the junior from Salem, Oregon, with 32 assists on the year, good enough to lead the team. She set a season high and career high with 23 assists in the home opener versus Pacific University. We've got Taya Antoa, the sophomore outside hitter from Hawaii, coming in with 9 kills today. Josie Schultz, the sophomore middle blocker, going to start in the back row. He subbed out for their libero. And finally, we've got their power hitter, Janae Jardine. And as much as these kills are spread out, Jardine is going to be the leader with 19 kills so far through the 2 games that this team has played. Their power hitter, their senior outside, that the Beacons are going to have to look and find ways to shut down. And now for the Beacons, we can see their starting lineup being announced. Starting at the top, number 1, Leah August, senior right side, coming out of Happy Valley, Oregon. 110 kills on the season, hitting .310 on the year. And making her debut at home, the freshman middle, Aliyah Malone. She's had 1 appearance so far on August 30th against Carroll College, excuse me. She just recorded an attacking attempt. We'll see what she can do in her debut at the Moore Center today. We have power hitter Haley Hyder, the senior outside from Albany, Oregon, leading the team with 121 kills, followed by Maya Samau, another efficient hitter, 80 kills on the year. setter Katie Belitz, hitting 182, coming in with nearly 60 assists on the year, make that 59. And Jessie Matthews, the senior middle from Gresham, Oregon, 9 kills on the year, has 7 blocks, had a season-high 3 kills earlier this year against Embry-Riddle on August 22nd. Gonna see what this lineup can put together as teams getting ready to kick off in their second Cascade Collegiate Conference game of the 2025 season. Got lineups making their way onto the court, and it's going to be extremely important to see which of these two teams can catch momentum first. For Warner Pacific against Corbin, these sets got away from them when they were able to give up a lot of early points. The last time we were at the Moore Center, we saw the Beacons go up against Oklahoma Wesleyan University, where same thing happened in set 1. They were down in a 6-point deficit. It was hard for them to come back, ended up losing that game in 3 sets. So the key for both of these two teams is to start fast and start early. For the Beacons, we're going to see Kaylee Shirley coming in, the sophomore libero from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Has been one of the stabilities for this back row defense for Bushnell, able to keep the players in line, make sure those digs are up and to their setter, and efficiently grabbing those spikes from off the ground. So we're going to see what she can do here, how she can control this back row for Warner Pacific. They're up to serve first. At the serving line will be Audrey Histed, the junior setter out of Salem, Oregon. And for the second time of the 2025 season, the ball is up and over onto the Beacon side here at the Moore Center. It's immediate tip over from both teams. And that's a kill right off the bat for Warner Pacific on the right side. Bushnell not able to close the gap in that campfire zone. That's sophomore middle blocker Josie Schultz on the slide, coming to the right side. A little out of position for both teams. You can see if Warner Pacific can capitalize off this. Serve is over, dug up by Shirley. And a swing from Haley Hyder. Can't find the ground. Warner Pacific going to try to put one back over. Shirley with another dig. Belitz going to go back to Hyder. This time it falls down. Beacons are able to side out. Get the ball back to serve. It'll be Kaylee Shirley taking control from the service line. A nice jump serve to the back row. Gonna have to be a bump set. And a free ball to the Beacons. See what they can do with it here. Belitz gonna choose the back row to Samau. Samau able to put one down. A fight from the back row from the Knights. Not enough. Samau doing a good job targeting that back right corner. Shirley coming into this game with 11 service aces, on the year. Looking to make that 12 in the set, a back set instead. Looks like a net violation on the Beacons, going to send momentum back into the hands of the Knights. Angel Kamage, the senior libero, now into serve for Warner Pacific. Looking for her first service ace as well. Beacons are set, the ball is up, the ball is dug, out of position. Samau gonna have to help on the assist. Hyder gonna swing from the back row. And an attempt to tip the ball over from sophomore Madison Flores, not able to get her hands. So both teams struggling to get into system here, a little out of system, having to send some bumps and tips over the net. Bushnell just able to capitalize a little bit more on this momentum. Now into serve, Emma Faalago, the junior setter for Bushnell. And there's a service ace for Faalago, make that 9 on the year for her. Faalago did a good job. Again, you're targeting that back row. Those deep corners are hard for any team to dig up and get an efficient set out of this time. See how Warner Pacific adjusts their move back a little bit. Going to be out of system again. Going to have to be help from Kamage. Finds the campfire zone. There's Janae Jardine. Now with 20 kills on the year, leading Warner Pacific. And it looks like she wanted a swing on that, just jumped a little too early, did a good job adjusting mid-air and putting the ball down in that zone that Bushnell has struggled to defend here at the Moore Center this year. We saw that against Oklahoma Wesleyan. Going to see if they can make any adjustments now. It's Mia Carmen to serve for Warner Pacific. Falago going to choose the back row. Samau going to swing and is blocked back. Nicole Nikki Foritz on the block, the senior middle blocker for the Knights. Samau has not lost that touch from the back row. Even last year in 2024, we saw that was her sweet spot, a powerful hitter from the back row. Going to see if she can make adjustments. Here comes Carmen to serve again. Falago going to target the outside to Haley Hyder. Hyder not able to put it down. Here comes a deep swing, and it's out. Looks like Warner Pacific wants a tip on that. We'll see if they take a challenge to the refs. And it looks like they will not. They'll continue play. So Haley Hyder going to make her way to the service line, coming in with 17 service aces, 15 service errors. Here comes a deep serve, and it's in on the back line. Another ace for Hyder. Make that 18 on the year for the senior. So Bushnell quick to steal the momentum back from the Knights, who gained it early on. Hyder going to see if she can continue to target that back line. Nearly another ace, but Hyder able to discombobulate the back row for the Knights. Going to remain behind the service line. Doing a really good job at, again, continuing to target the lines, whether it's the back line, the left or the right. Anything you can do to discombobulate the defense, she's doing it right now. And we'll see a short serve here. Switching it up a little bit. It's going to be called out. Josie Schultz could not find her way around that back set. Again, the sophomore middle blocker having to stay in the opposite position for a rotation. Not used to hitting from there. This time hitting the pole, so Hyder again to serve. Right into the hands of Angel Kamage. And this time the Knights able to capitalize. So we've seen from both teams when they're able to stay in system, it's proven to work out. They're able to get these tough swings on the ground, put some tips over. Going to have to be the key of the game is don't get discombobulated. Here comes a swing from Peyton Arlen on the outside for the Beacons. Jardine quick to respond, but a block from the Beacons on the right side. Jesse Matthews coming over, put that block right back down, denies Jardine. And that's going to be key for today's game. Again, Jardine coming in as the Knights' power hitter. Beacon's doing a good job shutting her down early on. It'll be Chloe Farr, the serving specialist, to serve. Nearly records an ace. Again, able to get that back row out of system. Farr will stay at the back line. Beacons up 10-5 early on against the Knights, able to take momentum and run with it. We'll see what Farr can do here. This one served a little past that back line. And with that, Jessie Matthews, the senior middle, will enter into the game. Excuse me, not Jessie Matthews, Kaylee Shirley, the sophomore libero, back to control that back line. Haley Hyder and Arland to her right. Jardine here to serve. Ball is over, dug up by Arland. A powerful swing from Tegan Dixon, the freshman right side. Dixon saw her season high 8 kills versus Embry-Riddle, able to get one down early on here. Make that 42 kills on the year for the freshman. Katie Belis, the setter, now setting from the back row into the hands of Kamage. Warner Pacific able to stay in system, doesn't matter, a block from the left side. Arland able to get up. What we've seen here from the Beacons on that front block is they're able to connect. It's tough to get those solo blocks. The middle doing a nice job meeting her opposite and outside. Here's Warner Pacific unable to convert. Beacons now with a 13-6 lead over the Knights early on. And with that, a timeout will be called for the Knights. About a minute and 10 seconds left in a timeout. Again, Beacons up early on 13-6 against Warner Pacific. This is the kind of start, if you're the Beacons and if you're head coach Jason Corrin, you could have hoped for. It's exciting to see this team get an early lead, and with that, just under a minute, we'll be right back to take you some more Beacon volleyball. About 5 seconds left in this timeout. We'll quickly run you through some stats here at the Morris Center. Beacons off to a hot start from the front line, hitting .250 against the Knights. Not much of an answer from their defense. In return, the Knights are hitting -100 from that front line, so we're going to see if they can find a way to capitalize out of this timeout. Here comes a tip over into the campfire zone. Shirley going to have to come to the front row for an outside hit. Arlen going to have a swing at it, nearly finds the ground. And a free ball, giving Beacons another opportunity. August going to take a swing this time. And on the outside, that's Summer Martin, the junior outside hitter for the Knights, called out. Trying to pick those corners against the Beacons, something that Bushnell has done so well against the Knights, that time unable to do so. So Belitz is onto the back line again. Sinker of a serve. Here comes a tough swing from Toa. And it'll be a point awarded to the Knights, able to side out. Bushnell not able to get a dig up. Be Madison Flores, the sophomore libero, to serve. Looking for her first service ace of the year. Can be a standalone serve. Belitz going to try to make something work off the net. It's going to have to be a tip over. Arland helping from the back row. And a big block from the Beacons, putting it right back. Here comes a swing, and it's going to be a point awarded to the Knights. Toa taking a big swing from the outside, able to catch the fingertips of that front block of the Beacons and convert. So now Knights with 8 points compared to the Beacons 14, trying to make a run here in the first. Another serve for Flores, this time going to land out. Trying to pick those lines against the Beacons. Hard for any team to defend. Beacons playing a smart game, though, making sure to follow the ball to the line. Now it's going to be Peyton Arlen to serve. Looking for her first service ace of the year. Here comes a hard one to the back row. Going to have to be a bump set and a roll to the back row. Shirley there to dig it up. Belitz going to choose the middle this time. And Malone, nearly a kill for the freshman, making a smart decision, adjusting to that serve set by Belitz. Able to keep the ball with Bushnell. Now Beacons doubling the Knights' score, 16-8. Arlen looking for that first service ace. Be a middle set from the Knights. Shirley going to have to bump set here. How can Hyder adjust? She adjusts not enough. Unfortunately, the ball set just a little bit behind her. Will land out of bounds from the back line. Key rotation here for the Beacons. Mao enters the game from the back line. Expect to see Katie Belitz, the setter, start to target that back row attack as well, adding some more options for this Beacon offense. It's Audrey Histed to serve, the setter. Jump serve right into Shirley's arms. Belitz going to hit that middle. August with a kill. Excuse me, lands out of bounds. Looks like there might have been a tip or touched the line, but refs saw it differently on the other side. So August, a powerful swing from the middle, just not able to get it to connect. Here comes Histed again. This time Samau going to dig up the ball. Going to continue to target that middle. Malone with her first kill at the Moore Center. The freshman able to get the side out for the Beacons, make that score 17-10 for Bushnell. And how special is that for Malone? Her debut at home puts down a kill early in set 1. Here comes a swing from Josie Schultz. Make that a kill. So a quick change of possession. Schultz adding to her numbers, her 6th kill of the year. The powerful swing and those cross-court shots. Hard to defend. Kamage to serve. A jump set right to Hyder. Calling for the ball. Will not get set to the middle instead. Swing from Jardine. Able to get past the block. That time, something that Bushnell had been doing so well early in the set, not able to close the gap on the right side. So now the Knights creeping closer with 12 points to the Beacons 17. It's the dig from Samau. Belitz and have to bump set to the outside. Here comes August, blocked back. Big hands for Janae Jardine, the senior outside. Able to close the gap with her middle blocker, Naomi Johnson, for the assists. Now the Knights creeping closer, a 4-point deficit. Belitz gonna have to keep the ball on her side. And a beautiful play from the Beacons. Katie Belitz, a ball that looked like it was going over a one-hand set to keep the ball in play, and that's a smart decision. The Knights have done a good job digging up those soft balls, those tips over into the campfire zone. So Belitz making a very smart decision to keep the ball in play, get a chance to get a swing on it, and now it'll be Falago coming into set. And a big swing, Naomi Johnson catching some fire in that front row. That comfortable lead the Beacons had, shrinking in size, now only up 18-14. With Mia Carmen to serve. As a service ace on the year, looking for another. Falago gonna hit Amaya Samau in the back. Falago's gonna have to send a bump over Carmen there to dig it up. A swing from the opposite position. Samau keeps the ball in play. Ball tight at the net, what can Hyder do with it? Tough to make a play. The Knights will take that one. Now the Beacons finding themselves a little bit out of system, unable to get a 1-2-3 going here. It starts with that dig in the back row. We're going to see who can get it going. Shirley, nice pass to Falago. Hyder going to put it down. That's what you need. The Beacons add another one, 19-15 over the Knights. Hyder able to pick that back corner. That's just her 2nd kill of the day. Malone also with 2 kills. Amaya Samau with 2 for the Beacons. So this attack very spread out. And Hyder gonna see what she can make happen from the service line. And Nikki Forrest, the senior middle blocker for the Knights, unable to convert on that kill. Looks like Jardine had a better angle on that. Knights finding themselves out of system. Hyder going to try to keep that going. The deep serve, finding it out of bounds. Just Bushnell's 2nd service error of the day, but nonetheless important. Beacons now up 20-16 on the Knights. Pakayo to serve for the Knights. Falago gonna have to bump set to Arlen. Arlen with a big swing. Knights able to keep it in play, a diving effort. And the Beacons gonna have to convert again on this one. Arlen gonna try again. The Knights defense not giving up here. Jardine tight at the net, blocked back by the Beacons. A back set this time from the Knights and a block from the Beacons. Peyton Arnold and Jesse Matthews, the block on the left side. Beacons able to find their way out of that one, but some nice defense from the Warner Pacific Knights in the back row. A diving attempt to keep the ball in bounds. Overall, one of the best rallies we've seen here today at the Moore Center. The minute left in the timeout. The Beacons up 21-16 against the Knights. Run through some stats with you. The Beacons, who were hitting .250 coming out of last timeout, now hitting below 100. hitting 091 on the day. Both teams hitting under that 100 mark. Warner Pacific just a little bit below them. The Beacons, something working well in their favor. 5 service aces on the day. Warner Pacific still looking for their first one since their home opener versus Pacific University. But the defense for those Knights coming to the Moore Center. 9 digs through set 1. The Beacons have 4 so far through these 21 points. And again, early on this set, we saw some of the Beacons able to convert on those blocks. 3 so far on the day. Warner Pacific right behind them with 2. So overall, we've seen ups and downs from these teams. It's just all about who can keep that momentum going. Seen a great defensive showing from these Knights. The Beacons, when they're able to catch on fire on that front line. And it's important that these setters are spreading out the ball to all their options. For the Beacons specifically, Belitz, Fa'alago has options in the back row with Samau when she's back there. Malone now back in the game. Chloe Farr to serve. And an ace for Chloe Farr. Make that 5 on the year for the senior libero. Excuse me, the senior serving specialist. Gonna have another go at it. Beacons now just 3 points away from taking set 1. A big swing from Martin, the junior outside. Able to convert that kill. Janae Jardine to serve. Beacon's able to keep it alive, but barely have to send a free ball over. There's that campfire zone. The Knights able to find it yet again. This time it was Haley Hyder not able to get her feet there. Good adjustment from the Knights, able to tip the ball over. Now Jardine, another opportunity, looking for an ace. Would be the Knights' first one of the game. A short serve, and there it is! Jardine collects the Knights' first ace of the game, first ace through 2 matches. Now the Beacon's gonna use a timeout. That gap shortly looking a little smaller. The Beacon's now up 22-19 on the Knights. And while we've got a minute here, we'll run through some history between these 2 teams. Again, both teams, a part of that Cascade Collegiate Conference, have seen each other a multitude of times currently throughout history. The Beacons have the lead overall against the Knights with a record of 13-9. So Bushnell looking to make that 14-9 for the overall record against Warner Pacific. Something to note, Bushnell has not even lost a set to Warner Pacific since October 15, 2021, when they dropped a set in a 3-1 win. Essentially, they have won the last 6 matches in 3 sets every single time they've been up against the Knights. They're also currently on their largest winning streak against Warner Pacific, a 10-match win streak coming into today that began on April 2nd, 2021. So have yet to lose to the Knights since then. A win today would continue their longest win streak against the Knights. And here at the Moore Center, 8-4 when playing Warner Pacific. So odds against the Knights, but keeping it close here in the first set. The Beacons just need 3 points to pull away with the win in set 1. The Knights making it difficult for them late on. Here's the serve for Jardine, just collected the team's first ace a minute ago. Tegan Dixon coming out with fire from the timeout. Able to put one down in that back corner, and the Beacons creep even closer to that set 1 win, 2 points away. Now up 23-19 on the Knights. Katie Beal is the serve, already has a service ace on the day. See what she can do here. A tough serve to the back corner. It's going to be a back row swing, sails out of bounds. Carmen not able to get her hands on that. So now the Beacons just 1 point away from collecting the win here in set 1. Bealit's going to serve again, this time deeper into the back row, targeting Carmen in the middle, and a swing, and it's out! Not a hitting error. The Beacons will take set 1, 25-19 against the Knights. And what worked well for the Beacons is that they got started early at one point, had a 5-point lead against the Knights, 10-5, and kept building upon it, and did let the Knights creep back in there late in the first set, but was able to pull away, using those timeouts to their advantage, taking advantage to reset, recollect themselves, and come back out with some fire. And with that, we have about 2.5 minutes till set 2 kicks off for these two teams. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Beacons volleyball. Welcome back into the Moore Center. Just a minute before we begin set 2, Beacons and the Knights. It was the Beacons that were able to take set 1 against Warner Pacific with the final score of 25-19. Was back and forth at the end there. The Beacons, though, their lead early on, able to keep them going throughout the first set, leading to that win. Now with about 30 seconds left till the second set kicks off, let's run through some stats for your Bushnell Beacons. We've seen a lot of kills come from a lot of different players this game. Aliyah Malone making her debut, the freshman at the Moore Center, with 2 kills on the day. Haley Hyder also with 2, as well as Amaya Samau, Tegan Dixon also making that 2 apiece. And those 8 kills, the only kills that Bushnell has seen today, collectively as a team, hitting 130. Now for Warner Pacific, it's been Toa, their outside hitter, with 3 kills, leading the team on the day, hitting an impressive 600. Nikki Foritz with 2, Josie Schultz also with 2, same with Janae Jardine. Naomi Johnson and Summer Martin each tacking on 1 apiece. And this is what we said we'd see from this Warner Pacific team, is a diverse attack, lots of different players able to put the ball down. But ultimately, it's been a lot of sets to Janae Jardine. But we've seen a lot of powerful swings, a lot of powerful serves to the back row from both teams. Specifically for the Knights, that's an area where the Beacons have looked to pick on continuously throughout set 1. It's an area that they struggle to defend, and in turn, the Beacons having trouble with that middle part of the floor. Knights able to capitalize on that occasionally when they can get a tip over. But key for both of these teams is just to stay in system. We've seen great things happen on both sides of the court when they're able to get that nice dig to their setter, get the ball set up properly, and target their best hitters. So we're going to see what both teams can cook up here. Beacons also keeping it nice and clean from the service lines with 6 service aces on the day, 2 service errors through set 1. It'll be Amaya Samau to serve for the Beacons to kick things off in set 2. Coming in with 11 service aces and 14 service errors throughout the season. Going to see if she can increase that aces number with the first ace of set 2, and there it is! 12 aces on the year for Amaya Samau. What a way to kick off set 2 for the Beacons. This time choosing to go with the short serve, catching the Knights off guard. We'll see what she decides to do here. The ball is up and over. It's going to have to be a bump set for the Knights. A nice roll from the front row. Malone going to take a big swing. Knights are out of system. Going to have to be a free ball. Malone there to dig it up in the front row. Biela's going to choose to go back. August with a big swing, just a little too much. Looks like the Knights thought she got her hand on the net. Refs think differently. That'll be a point for the Beacons. Some conversation happening with the refs. Knights going to challenge that call. Head coach Becky Newman wants a word with the refs. Going to take a look at that, see if August's hand did hit the net on that swing. So both teams going to get some time to talk things over. Beacons on an early 2-0 lead over the Knights. Always fun to be back at the Moore Center, excuse me. You look over, if you can see on the stream to the right side, the Beacons having fun playing the game Ninja while we wait for a decision here. Refs going to take their time looking over the tape. Want to make sure you get the right call early in this set. Beacons going to talk things over. Same with the Knights. And the Beacons, if we want to look back at their past 3 games, again, we've talked about that loss to number 4 Corbin University, one of the best teams in the NAIA, lost in 3 sets. But before that, after their loss in 3 sets here at the Moore Center to Oklahoma Wesleyan, the Beacons went on a pretty impressive run, winning 6 sets in a row, not dropping a single one. First at Carroll College the next day, a win, 3 sets to 0. And then following that, played Our Lady of the Lake with a win 3-0. So the Beacons on a run of their own. Again, anytime they've played a ranked team this year, it's been tough, but able to hold their own with each of them as well. Now looking at some of these CCC rankings coming into today's game, the Bushnell Beacons sitting at 6 in the conference, Warner Pacific at 10 out of 11 teams. So both teams looking to collect some of these wins. It's very early on in conference play, but these early wins are going to matter, especially as we get later into the season. The refs taking their time to look things over. Right now, point was awarded to the Beacons. If this is overturned, the score would be tied early on in set 2, 1 apiece. Looks like we have a decision. The call is overturned. So a successful challenge for Becky Newman and her Knight squad. Score is now 1-1, tied up early in set 2. Beacon's going to have to find a way to side out of that one. Audrey Histed to serve, the junior setter out of Salem, Oregon. Samau going to be the one to dig it up. Here comes Hyder with a powerful swing. There's the side out the Beacons look for. If you need to find a way to get momentum back, you set Haley Hyder on the outside. And a smart decision from Belitz. Here comes a sneaky serve from Shirley. A high set and a swing on the outside for Schultz. Now going to have to bump set as well. It's going to have to be a free ball sent by Hyder. A middle set. The Beacons block. It's there to stop it. Solel Sands matching up with Leah August for that block in the middle, doing a great job at closing the gap. Looks like the Knights wanted that sneaky little softball up into the middle. Beacon said absolutely not. And again! The great wall of the Beacons. That time it's Haley Hyder with the solo block. And it looks like the refs saw differently, calling Hyder on the net. And here comes the challenge from head coach Jason Corwin. Confident in his players. Hyder saying she did not touch the net on that block. Hands did go down, which is good technique. It's going to be a matter as if they touch the net or not. So 2 early challenges, which is important for both teams. challenges, overturning calls. These early points matter and later in the set. Again, volleyball is a game of momentum, so whoever can grab onto that first helps later on in the game. So another challenge. The ref's going to take their time to look at this one as well. Both teams another opportunity to talk things over. So far for Warner Pacific in this set. Very early on, again, the Beacons only up 3-2 so far. The Knights hitting -333 so far in set 2. The Beacons hitting -250. So both teams struggling to find that momentum on attack. We've seen some strong defense, those back rows getting adjusted to whatever the other team is throwing at them. So we ran through the Beacons' last few games, and before we run through the Knights, the result from the challenge is in. And the challenge will be successful. A successful one from Jason Corin. Again, trusting Haley Hyder on the outside. She did not touch the net, so a beautiful block counts. Beacons will stay up 3-2. Kaylee Shirley, the sophomore libero, serve for the Beacons. Shirley has 3 digs on the day so far, looking for that first service ace. A sinker to the back row, and here comes a swing on the opposite position. Toa was looking for that 4th kill, would not get it. Hyder instead able to convert off the block. This time, Warner Pacific not able to get up. Hyder doing a good job hitting over that block. Now Shirley will remain at the service line. This is going to be a swing for Schultz. Nearly finds the ground, a diving save from Belitz. And a big swing from the outside. Toa, the sophomore outside hitter for the Knights, make that her 4th kill of the day. Here comes Kamage to serve for the Knights. Floater to Haley Hyder. A back set to August. August going to try to tip it over. Will not go. Easily converted by the Knights. And Belitz, the setter, is out. It's going to be help from Shirley. August this time with a swing and a kill. Side out from the Beacons. Leah August finding her first kill of the day. Leah August again coming in with 110 kills on the season, 2nd on the team. She's hit over 306 matches this season, starting to find some rhythm here in set 2. Setter change, Faalago to serve for the Beacons, and is a point awarded on a net error for Warner Pacific. So now the Beacons up 6-2, building an early lead. Faalago going to stay on that service line. Ball is up and over, a bit of a floater here. Going to have to be a diving set and a free ball sent to the Beacons. Going to see how they convert. Faalago goes with the backside, Malone on the slide. And a sneaky tip from this Warner Pacific line. Both teams out of system. Hyder going to have to send a free ball over to the back line. Histed going to set the outside again. Works in her favor. Janae Jardine swing. Knights not letting the Beacons build this lead. Down by 3 points. Beacons up 6-3. Mia Carmen, the junior, to serve for the Knights. And a jump serve over to Samau, going to dig it up. Faalago going to go to Hyder. Powerful swing, and it's in. You blink and you miss that one. Haley Hyder. So much power behind that swing. Nailing the line. No chance to dig up. So Hyder finds herself in the back row to serve. Kamage to dig. Able to convert. It's just as fast as they got it back. They lose it again. Warner Pacific going to be able to side out there, still keep the score close. Beacons up 7-4. Pakaio to serve. And converts Malone. A powerful swing from the middle, finds the middle of the floor. And the freshman, what a debut for her. Excuse me, that was Solel Sands with the kill for the Beacons on that most recent point. Love to see a bunch of middles getting in here and getting active for the Beacons. But this time a sneaky tip. The Beacons not able to find their defense to cover it. So Solel Sands going to make her way back into the game. Nope, another serving change. Excuse me, another subbing change. Solel Sands will remain on the sideline. Jardine to serve. Balagu going to hit that outside. Samau with a powerful swing, cross court. Just enough for the Knights to have to send a free ball over. This time a back set for Tegan Dixon. What a kill! Tegan Dixon having herself a game. 3 kills through 2 sets, coming into today's game with 41 on the season. Felix, the new setter, in. Gonna set from the back row for the Beacons. This time a swing from Toa from the back row. Hyder wants a back row swing. And it's a point to the Knights. Net violation from that front row Beacon attack. A tight game here at the Moore Center. The Beacons up 9-6 on the Knights. That 3-point lead has been pretty consistent through the second set. Now it'll be Madison Flores, the sophomore, to serve. Shirley going to dig it up. The lead's going to hit the middle. Malone wants a roll. This time some back set to Jardine. Jardine going to keep it alive. Kamage trying to set that outside. Looks like Toa wanted to get a swing on that, just wasn't able to transition enough, get her body behind the ball. So it works in the Beacons' favor. We made it a whole rotation around, and Maya Samau back to start to serve, like we saw earlier in the set. And the Beacons block, almost able to put it down. Set to the outside and a swing. Shirley tried to keep it alive. No can do. There's a kill from Pacoayo. Histed, the junior, to serve. Shirley going to dig it up. Belitz going to hit that outside. Hyder wants to swing and gets it. Hyder finding her rhythm. Make that 6 kills through 2 sets. Having herself a day. Now leads the Beacons with attacks. 6 kills again, hitting .231. An accurate day for the senior outside. Shirley looking for that low serve. Instead finds the net. Feels like these teams are just trading back point for point. That 3-point lead for the Beacons still remains intact, 11-8. But the Knights aren't going anywhere. Here comes Kamage to serve. Samau puts it into the hands of Belitz, and August wants to swing on that. And a big block from Janae Janice. Connecting with junior Noemi Johnson. Here comes Kamage to serve again. A jump serve to the back row, hitting Samau twice in a row. Sands wants the swing, and she gets it. Off the fingertips of Madison Flores in the back row. Side out Beacons. Fa'alaga will now be playing the setter position for the Beacons in that back row. And a deep serve. Flora is able to keep it alive, and it's going to have to be a tip over by Jardine. Here comes a swing from Tegan Dixon. And a swing right back from Schultz. Fa'alaga going to tip it over herself, finds that campfire zone. It's a kill for Fa'alaga. We haven't seen these Bushnell setters do that today. I mean, we've seen a lot of beautiful sets, but Fa'alaga taking the initiative, able to catch Warner Pacific off balance, going to remain at the service line. Another deep serve to Flores. Now a back set to Schultz, powerful swing. Hyder wants one of her own. It's a tip and a kill for Hyder. 7 kills on the day, hitting .286. The Beacons have been able to find themselves some momentum, 14-9 up on the Knights. Continuously hitting Flores in that back row on this serve. Jardine just going to have to send one over. Shirley, an easy dig, and Hyder, here she comes! Absolutely unwinds to the middle of the floor. Haley Hyder, 8 kills on the day. And there's a timeout from Warner Pacific. Haley Hyder, 8 kills, hitting .333. What a day for the senior so far. Beacons now up 15-9. Able to catch some momentum late in that second set, pulled away. Again, we saw a dance between the two teams, trading points back and forth. It was a 3-point deficit for a while. Now the Beacons able to double that, make it 6. With about 40 seconds left in that timeout, we'll step aside for a second. We'll be right back with some more Beacons volleyball. Back at the Moore Center, the Beacons up 15-9 on the Knights in set 2. Beacons were able to take set 1 earlier, 25-19. Building that same lead here in the middle of set 2. Fa'alaga remains at the service line. Has yet to collect an ace in this rotation, but has continuously targeted Madison Flores in that back row with some powerful serves. This time Jardine with a roll to the back row, catches the Beacons out of system. Hyder, doesn't matter! Another missile down to the middle of the floor for Haley Hyder. What a day she's been having. What a set she's been having. 9 kills on the day, hitting .375. Fa'alaga remains at the service line. Flores digs it up yet again. Janae Jardine with a powerful swing. Samal going to come from the back row with a swing of her own. Lobbers it to the back row. This Beacon team is absolutely on fire with their attack. The team now hitting .283, one of their best showings this year so far. You can see if Warner Pacific has an answer for it, and they do. Naomi Johnson, the middle blocker, gets a powerful swing from her setter. So the Knights able to side out, but not before the Beacons build a powerful lead, 17-10 up on Warner Pacific. Now it's Mia Carmen to serve. Ball is up and over to Haley Hyder, able to dig it up quite easily. And a nice swing from the Beacons. Haley Hyder finds herself in the back row again. Here to serve. She's also collected 2 service aces on the day. We'll make that 3. Haley Hyder just can't miss today. Doing it from all over the court, the front row, the service line. We've seen all around amazing things from the senior, and causes Warner Pacific to call another timeout as the Beacons build their lead 19-10 over the Knights. And I mean, really the difference for the Beacons in this game, in this set specifically, has been how they're attacking. In set 1, hit just 130. In set 2, hitting 458, converting on nearly half of their attacks. A very impressive number for the Beacons. And they've limited themselves to also just 3 errors in this set, had 5 in the first set. So doing a good job playing a nice, clean offense. For Warner Pacific, we've also seen improvement. They hit 037 in the first set, now hitting 130 here in set 2. Had 10 errors in set 1, have limited themselves to 3 in set 2. So ultimately, the Knights playing an overall cleaner set as well. The Beacons just able to catch that momentum, again led by senior Haley Hyder. We've seen some great swings as well from Tegan Dixon, Salil Sands, Amaya Samau from the back row. Just overall, this Beacons team really coming together here in set 2 as Hyder going to take the ball to the service line. Warner Pacific choosing to take their timeout, see what adjustments they can make late in set 2. Hyder serves the ball deep to the back row to Kamage. A big swing from Jodie Stardine. Excuse me, no, that's Nikki Forrest. So the timeout working in the Knights' favor. Able to side out, and now with the ball, it's Pakoayo in the back row. Misses the mark on that serve, not able to make it over the net. The Beacons get a lucky break, now within 5 points of collecting set 2. Chloe Farr, the senior serving specialist, to serve for the Beacons. It's 2 service aces on the day. And a deep serve to the back row. Toa able to dig it up and get a swing on it. No, that's Carmen. Whistle is blown before play can continue. And a violation against the Knights. A point awarded to the Beacons, now just 4 points away from collecting set 2. Farr serves into the net, so a lucky break for the Knights. Make that score 21-12. And Janae Jardine, again the Knights power hitter, back to serve. She's had 4 kills on the day, hitting 200. And a floater to Samau. Falaga wants to stay in the middle. Malone almost able to keep it alive. Tried to play some soccer in this match. And unfortunately for the Beacons, not able to convert. Knights add another one. Janae Jardine will remain at the service line. Another floater to Samau, able to dig it up. A back row attack from Hyder. Doesn't matter where she is on the floor, she is putting that ball down today. Haley Hyder able to get the Beacons just 3 points away from taking set 2 from the Knights. Here comes Katie Bielitz, the setter change for the Beacons. Bielitz looking to put things away. A deep serve back to Carmen. Now swing to the outside, and it's a tip from Samau in the front row. Shirley unable to get there, so the Knights, another lucky break. Beacons up 22-14 against Warner Pacific. Madison Flores back to serve. Haley Hyder there to dig it up in the back row. Samau wants to swing from the outside. The ball is sent way into the air. Gonna have to be a free ball back to the Beacons. See what they can do here. Bielitz wants Samau again, and she gets it. Samau unloads from that outside position. Beacons now within 2 points of taking set 2. Samau finds herself back at the service line for the 3rd time in this set. ball is up and over. A powerful serve to Kamage. It's going to have to be a free ball again to the Beacons. Somehow there to dig it up, and Litz going to hit the middle to the freshman. Malone going to get a good swing on it. Not enough, but it swings it out of bounds by the sophomore Toa for the Pacific Knights. And it's set point for the Beacons. Ball is up and in the net. Somehow not able to convert on that one, so the Knights will be able to side out. Beacons up 24-15. Would be an impressive comeback for the Knights. And it'll start in the hands of Audrey Histed. Ball is up, over, and out. A service error will conclude this set. The Beacons take set 2, 25-15 against Warner Pacific. Now up 2-0 against the visiting team. So the Beacons, again, just really able to find their rhythm here in that set, hitting 414 overall in set 2, 16 kills, doubling their output from set 1 where they had 8, limiting themselves to 4 errors as well. So the Beacons finding that consistency, especially late in set 2 after trading points back and forth with the Knights. Warner Pacific, on the other hand, also had a better set in set 1. Then set 1, hitting 111 in set 2. 8 kills compared to 11 in set 1. Having bits of momentum there, but ultimately the Beacons able to capitalize off their front row attack. Again, led by Haley Hyder, an impressive showing. Has 10 kills on the day, hitting 412. So we've seen a lot of good things from this Beacons team in set 2. Now heading into set 3 in about 2 minutes. We'll be right back with more Beacons volleyball. Welcome back into the Morris Center. We've got about 40 minutes left in this break between set 2 and 3. If you're just joining us, the Beacons able to take set 1 and 2. Set 1, a final score of 25-19. Set 2, final score of 25-15. So the Beacons in this past set able to find a lot of momentum, catch fire with their offense in that front row. Hit alone just 414 in set 2. Gonna see what they can cook up here in set 3. We're seeing a lot of more fans roll into the Morris Center. Beacon's second home game of the year. There also happened to be a football game right down the road. The Oregon Ducks playing the Oklahoma State Cowboys. About 2 minutes left in that game, a score of 69-3. So the Ducks dominating over at Autzen Stadium. And the Beacons dominating 2-0 over Warner Pacific Knights here at the Morris Center. And now just a reminder, Bushnell has not lost a set to Warner Pacific since late in 2021 on October 15th. They dropped a set in a 3-1 win against the Knights. They're on their longest win streak against this team. They pull it off today, would be 11 straight wins against Warner Pacific. So far, continuing that streak of having not dropped a set to this team. looking to build upon it. Both teams' second conference game of the 2025 season coming into this game 0-1 in the CCC, both with a loss to Corbin. You can see what they can cook up here as the first serve is over, and it's a kill for the Beacons. Aliyah Malone making her debut at the Moore Center, the freshman. Having herself a day as well, contributing to this Beacons offense with 3 kills, hitting .286. Here comes a big swing. The Beacons block is ready for it. Gonna have to be a free ball for Shirley to dig up. Belitz gonna send it back to August. And a pancake, a beautiful save by Kamage on the other side. But a point for the Beacons, a net violation for Warner Pacific. And we have seen some hustle from the senior Angel Kamage in that back row for the Warner Pacific Knights, diving everywhere to get the ball, holding this back row down. Just been all over the court, an impressive showing. So the Knights gonna have to send a free ball over with some force behind it. Belitz wants the middle. Sands gonna take a swing. Able to make contact, and it's a roll and a block back. And Sands wants it back again, gets the block, some big hands for the junior middle. Coming in with 47 blocks on the year. There's her first of the day, make that 48 in 2025. Shirley with a powerful ball sent from the service line. And a dig up from Belitz. Shirley gonna have to help with the bump set. August swing sent right back. Hyder wants one of her own, gets another, make that 11 kills at the Moore Center for the senior today. Hyder absolutely on fire in that front row. Shirley gonna look to keep things going. And some miscommunication in the front row for the Knights. Looks like junior Naomi Johnson wanted a swing on that. So an attack error working in favor of the Beacons, who have built a 5-0 lead early in set 3. Will end there. A ball served out by Kaylee Shirley. She's had a service ace on the day, trying to pick those lines on the far end, unable to do so. So the Knights will earn their first point of set 3 off a service error. And it looks like before Kamage can get the serve off, it's going to be a challenge from head coach Jason Corin. It's a tough angle sitting up here. You can't see that far line too much. Looks like the ref on the right side, on the left side of the court, thought the ball was out. But if the ball does touch the line, even in the slightest, it will be considered in. So it's going to take some time for the refs to review this here. Both teams get an opportunity to collect themselves. The Knights going to see if they can cook something up from the service line if the challenge fails. It was head coach Jason Corin with his second challenge of the day. The first one successful. Corin's entering his 8th season as a head coach. Has seen a lot of ups with this program. Last season in 2024, the team received preseason votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll for the first time in program history. So Corin able to put together a talented group of players here. Looking to continue that momentum. But for now, that momentum will shift into the Knights' hands. The challenge is unsuccessful. Oh, excuse me, it will be successful. So that momentum stays with the Beacons. Shirley was able to pick the line and get herself a service ace. Make that 2 of the set, 2 of the day. Kaylee Shirley coming in with 11 service aces, make that 13 on the year, only 8 errors from behind the service line. And another ace to answer that. 3 aces on the day for the libero. Shirley has had herself a day as well from that back line. 7 digs, but she's all over the place. Both liberos on either side playing a good game, and a powerful hit by Jardine, the sister of Janae Jardine. The Knights trying to creep back into it. The Beacons up 7-1 early on in set 3. Similar to what we saw in set 1, where the Beacons were able to build a nice lead. Kamage gonna serve, a jump serve nearly over the net. Instead finds himself in the middle of it. So Beacons side out here on a service error. That's going to be Warner Pacific's 4th service error of the day. The Beacons have had 5, but compared to their 11 aces, not necessarily something to be concerned about. Spalalago sends one over herself. And a sneaky tip from the outside. Beacons able to stay with it, though. It's going to have to be a free ball from Samau coming to save the day from the front row. Jardine wants to swing on it, not able to connect. It's the block from Sands. Some big hands in the front row for the Beacons today. Beacons continuing to build that lead 9-1 over the Knights. Deep serve from Falalago, continuing to target Madison Flores in that back row. Jardine can't get around the ball this time. Sends one into the net. A hitting error works in favor of the Beacons. Now with a comfortable 10-1 lead here in set 3. Falalago rises up with the serve. It's going to have to be a free ball sent to the back row. Somehow to dig it up. Falalago wants the outside to Hyder, and again. No surprise there, clobbers it down to the hardwood. Haley Hyder just knows what spots to hit today, this time choosing the back right corner, a hole in Knights defense. And with that, the Beacons now up 11-1 over the Knights. A timeout will be taken for Warner Pacific, see if they can collect themselves. And with a minute left in the timeout, we will take a quick break and step aside. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Coming out of timeout, Beacons lead 11-1.
Back at the Moore Center, the Beacons have built a comfortable 11-1 lead over the Knights here in set 3. Taking the first 2 sets to their name as well, looking for a sweep over the visiting team. Falalago will remain at the service line, wants to hit that back row again to Jardine. Back set to the other Jardine. Swing set out of bounds. And it looks like the Knights want a challenge there. They'll get it from their head coach, Becky Newman. Looks like players in the front row saw a tip on that from Bushnell defenders. We've seen a lot of challenges in this match today here at the Morris Center. 2 in set 2. This will be the second one in set 3. Both challenges in set 2 were successful. This most recent one from head coach Jason Corrin of the Beacons was also successful. A challenge on the serve from Kaylee Shirley. Ref thought it was out of bounds. Ended up hitting the line and being a service ace. So right now, good decisions from both coaches to challenge this. Gonna see if this swing here was tipped by a Bushnell defender. If it was, the score will be 11-2 for the Knights. While we're awaiting the result here, take a look at some stats so far early on in set 3. Where the Beacons already able to put down 4 kills, hitting 500, connecting with half of their attacking attempts. in for Warner Pacific in set 3. Just a kill to their name, 4 errors already, hitting -300. So struggling to get some attack going on early on here for the Knights. The Beacons overall through these sets have had 28 kills. The Knights have had 20, we'll make that 21. The challenge is successful. Head coach Becky Newman in a successful challenge, her second of the day. Now Warner Pacific able to side out there. The Beacons building a 10-3 lead over the Knights. 11-3, excuse me. 11-2, excuse me. Some scoreboard changes there. But the Knights with an opportunity to begin to chip away at this gap we saw in set 2. A 3-point deficit was shared between the two teams for a long period of time early on. Knights were able to hang in 3. So the Beacons pulled away. Going to see if they can chip away at this lead here. It's a block from the front row. Falago going to send it to the back corner. A little deep. Ball is out. And that initial block from Nikki Foritz, the senior middle blocker for the Knights, able to throw the Beacons off their momentum. Now here comes Mia Carmen, the junior serving specialist. Falago wants that back set from Sands. And again set out of bounds. 2 attacking errors in a row for the Beacons. The Knights with the 2 quick points. Now with 4 in set 3. Carmen again. A jump serve into the net. Beacons get a lucky break on a serving error. And it's Haley Hyder to the back row. Haley Hyder, 12 kills on the day, hitting .450. 3 service aces to her name as well. Powerful serve targeting Kamage in the back row, and a campfire zone left wide open. Warner Pacific able to take advantage of that, adding another point, making it 5 in set 3. Kakayo here to serve. The ball is sent over. Hyder to dig it up. Falago to the outside. Somehow a big swing. Blocked back, but Shirley with a beautiful cover. Hyder wants a roll and another block. Nikki Foritz says not today. 2 times in a row. 3 total blocks on the day for the senior. Doing a great job at closing those gaps, but Falago wants Somehow again, a powerful swing. Kamage gonna have to send a free ball. It's Tegan Dixon this time, getting some power behind that, but the defense of the Warner Pacific Knights able to keep it alive. Another outside one to Somehow, blocked back! Nikki Foritz on that outside absolutely denies the Beacons yet again. And that lead begins to look a little bit more slim. The Beacons up 12 now to 7 against the Knights. Got to cook up something here. Tegan Dixon wants a big swing from the opposite position. Knights able to keep it alive. Hyder going to set to Falago. Somehow again blocked back. Summer Martin, the outside hitter this time. A solo block. Make that 3 times nearly in a row that they've blocked, taken away that outside position for the Beacons. This time it's a service error that ends the momentum, but an impressive defensive showing from the Knights. Did a really good job at just taking away that option on the outside for the Beacons. It's going to be interesting to see how Falago adjusts to this one. Chloe Farr, the serving specialist, to serve. And the Knights side out. Jardine to serve. She's had herself a day as well. 4 kills through these sets. Comes a low serve over the net. Some miscommunication in the back row. Somehow going to take a high swing at it. Rolls it over. And a tip in the middle. Tip back. And Somehow not letting him have a word this time. Puts the ball down. looks like some conversation happening on Warner Pacific side. Thinks that somehow touched the net. Does not look like the coach will move to challenge. Becky Newman gonna keep it out at this point. Here comes Katie Belitz with the service ace. Stealing that momentum right back. Katie Belitz, the setter. Extending the Beacons lead 15-9. Two service aces on the day for the setter. Big set to the outside. Toe able to get a swing on it, but it's the Beacons that retaliate. Now the Beacons up 16-9 on the Knights, continuing to extend that lead. 7 points for the Beacons to play around with here. Belitz, another beautiful service, a roll to the back row. Shirley to Belitz, to the freshman. Malone able to get a hand on that one. Hyder gonna have to dig it up. Belitz goes back this time to August. And Malone, the freshman! What a swing! Clobbers it to the back row, my goodness! Aliyah Malone from the middle making her debut at the Moores Center. A beautiful decision at the net, absolutely no hesitation. That's what you want to see from your freshman players. And the Beacons now up 17-9 on the Knights. What a showing, what a comeback from the Beacons here, who were trading points with the Knights for a while, thought that gap was going to close. Just a combination of good serving, good attack in the front row, some beautiful digs in the back. The Beacons now just 8 points away from collecting set 3 and a clean sweep against the Knights for the 6th time in a row. We'll review some stats for you. We have about half a minute left in this timeout for both teams to try to figure out a game plan late in set 3. The Beacons, who hit 414 in set 2, struggling a little bit to connect here in set 3, hitting below 100. 6 kills on 23 attacking attempts, still able to convert with 17 points. And that comes a lot from these 4 errors that Warner Pacific has made, hitting a perfect 0-0-0. The Knights are here in set 3. Katie Belitz will remain at the service line for the Beacons. 2 service aces on the day, 5 digs, 12 assists. Gonna look for another to Samau! Clobbers it down! Absolutely no chance of stopping that one. Samau, just a powerful swing. Make that 6 kills on the day. Here comes Belitz again. Gonna have to be a free ball sent over to the Beacons. Where is Belitz gonna go? It's to the middle to the freshman, and it's out. Malone getting good fingers on that one, just not able to get the wrist down. So it'll be a side out on a hitting error for the Knights. He gets up 18-10. Sophomore Madison Flores will come in. Transfer from Clark College, one of the younger players on this team. Belitz gonna go to the back row, find Hyder, the powerful swing. Good defense, able to dig it up by the Knights. And some communication on the court happening here. Knights hit it out of bounds. At least that's what the refs saw. Looks like the Knights saw a tip on that from the Beacons. Now a conversation will be had with the refs. Some big reactions from this Knights squad. Confident that they saw a tip on that outside, or on that right side, excuse me. Now the spokesperson for the Warner Pacific Knights. And it's going to be a challenge from Becky Newman, her fourth of the game. The Knights confident that they saw a tip on that right side. It would be Blitz and August that were unable to get the block there. The Beacons, on the other hand, confident that that ball was set out of bounds. And this late in set 3, every point matters, especially for the Knights, who are down 9 points. The Beacons have 19-10. While we wait for this result here, we're going to step aside. We'll be back soon with an answer on this challenge. We're back in the Moore Center. A relatively quick decision here for the Knights, and a challenge that was successful for Becky Newman in Warner Pacific. The refs missed a touch there on the right side. Leah August, Katie Belitz, unable to get the block up there, so the Knights will get the ball back. The Beacons now up 18-11, still a comfortable 7-point lead. Flores to serve. Somehow digging it up. It leads to slide from Malone, and there's a kill for the freshman. 5 kills on the day for Malone. A nice slide from behind. What a connection between Belitz and Malone. We've seen that a lot today, and really challenging Malone here as a freshman, not just hitting from the middle, but on those tricky connections like the slide. She's proven up to the challenge as Samau here. Nearly a service ace. The Knights unable to save it, hitting the wire. Beacons have broke 20. Now just 5 points away from taking a clean sweep against the Warner Pacific Knights. Samau, we've seen some powerful serves from her today. 2 service aces on the day. Another one coming to Kamage. She's taking the brunt of a lot of these serves from the Beacons. Kamage gonna have to help. It's gonna be a tip over to Malone. Belitz gonna hit the outside to Hyder. Knights can't do nothing about that. Hyder, a kill from the outside as it's been today. 13 to the senior's name. Hitting .391 now, an impressive number for the senior who's coming into this game. Hitting .153, so one of her better games. Samau is set to serve again. Looks like there's some conversation happening between head coach Becky Newman and her libero, Angel Kamage, who we've mentioned has taken the brunt of the Beacons' force today. Has had a very impressive showing in that back row, really holding things together. 11 digs on the day through 3 sets. It would be Jardine there to serve, or excuse me, there to step in for Kamage. And Samau sends one way over the back line. Now it'll be 6 service errors for the Beacons, but 13 service aces. Bushnell having a great day from beyond the line. Audrey Histed sends one over. Leah August wants to swing on that. Has had a quiet day today so far, but nonetheless impactful. Belitz to the outside. Hyder, another swing. Jardine there to save it this time. A swing from the back row of her own. Shirley going to have to help out here. Back set to Hyder, a tough transition. And it's a kill, no doubt for Hyder. The Beacons able to side out, now within 3 points of taking a clean sweep against the visiting team. Haley Hyder absolutely having herself a day. Her best match this season was against Hope International with 16 kills, currently sitting at 14. Beacon's gonna have to make a run for this one. A powerful swing coming from the front line. Toa for the Knights. Able to still keep the Knights in the game. Beacons up 22-13. So Hyder again sitting at 14 kills on the day. Her best game with 16 against Hope International earlier this season. Kamage back in the game after taking a little reset on the sideline. August wants this one. It's sent out of bounds. You saw the connection there. Her wrist just not snapping down enough. It's been a quiet day for August all around. But again, we mentioned still effective. She's had a kill on the day, but has played some great defense and has been all around in the transitions. Very much a role player in today's match. So Belitz wants Hyder in the middle this time. Sent out of bounds, so the Knights able to stay in it on 2 back-to-back hitting errors from the Beacons. We've seen Hyder swing a lot of places today. The middle is an uncommon one. This time unable to convert. We'll see where Belitz chooses to put the ball this time. Kamage with the serve, August a dig. And Belitz takes it herself this time. That's just the second time we've seen this from the Beacon setters today between Falago and Belitz. Just 2 attacks between them. And it's those sneaky tips that tend to work out in their favor. When you're setting from the back row, you can't jump when you're in the front. But that time, doesn't even have to let her feet leave the ground. Falago with an ace. Clocked that one on the Beacon side. It is set point, match point for the Beacons. 1 point away from a clean sweep with Falago back at the service line. Her favorite target today has been Madison Flores in the back row. And this time, aiming for that same place, the ball instead set out of bounds. The Knights able to hang in here late in set 3. 16 points to the Beacons 24 last set. Beacons won 25 to 15. So the Knights already able to increase their efficiency here. Mia Carmen to serve for the Knights. It's a floater to Hyder. The Beacons out of system. Hyder wants to swing on it nonetheless. And the Knights do as well as a tip over. Here's a chance for the Beacons. Falago to Samau in the back row and puts it away. And there's the match for the Beacons. Come away with it in set 3 with the score of 25 to 16. A clean sweep for the Beacons' second home game of the 2025 season. Their first conference win. And what a showing for the Beacons today. Again, in their second home game, their first conference win. Now 7-5 on the season as a team. It's a really good way for the Beacons to get their momentum back, especially coming off a loss to Corbin. Just playing extremely efficient here. 25 kills on the day for the Warner Pacific Knights. For the Beacons here, 36 kills on the day, hitting .213. Again, coming into this game, the Beacons were hitting .202, so hitting better than their season average so far. 89 attacks, 36 kills with those, just 17 attack errors. Overall, a good performance from both teams. The Beacons just able to pull away with it late here. Beacons, a clean sweep against the Warner Pacific Knights. And with that, the Beacons collect their first conference win of the year, An overall, all-around efficient showing for this home team. And with that, looking ahead into this Beacon schedule, they get to play in the comfort of the Morris Center 2 more times in a row. Next week, they have the Evergreen State College here at the Morris Center on September 12th, followed by Northwest University September 13th. So 2 back-to-back home games for the Beacons, 2 conference games. Looking to build some momentum here as conference play has begun. After that, they'll take a trip out to Eastern Oregon on September 19th. So a lot of positives we saw from the Beacons today. A chance to showcase some more here at home next week on September 12th. For that today, my name's Olivia Arsenega here from the Morris Center. Thank you for tuning in on the Bushnell live stream, and we'll see you next time here at the Morris Center.